let's talk about 4 problems with sippy cups, specifically these hard-spouted cups that you see everywhere nowadays. I wrote about this for the American Speech Language Hearing Association years ago, but I'm a little concerned because I've still got parents who think this is part of feeding development. In other words, we go from breast or bottle to hard-spout sippy cup, and that's just not the case. Let me explain to you why. First, a quick bit of history. Hard-spout sippy cups were invented by a pretty smart mechanical engineer who just wanted to keep his carpets cleaned. And he sold the idea to a very well-known baby product company, and their marketing team went crazy with it. Sure enough, we created a whole generation of parents who think you have to go, as I said, from breast and bottle to a hard-spout sippy cup. Isn't that what comes next? No, and here's why. There are 4 problems with that. It all comes from the hard spout or anything that rises up, even a soft spout, long enough to impede your child's tongue movement. When kids are about 12 to 14 months of age, they learn to stop swallowing like this and instead to swallow with what we call a mature swallow pattern. Look, everybody, it's like this. Your tongue goes to the spot where you say a T or a D and presses there. So it's this way. No problem. Kids need to be able to develop that so they can eat a wide range of foods. And as a pediatric speech-language pathologist and a feeding specialist, my expertise is around picky eating and, just as importantly, mouth development. Did you know that when your child sucks on their thumb, even the very tip of it, or a hard spout like this for too long, too frequently, they'll actually change the shape of their beautiful face. And we don't want that. That's proven in the journals of dentistry. So let's talk about that as it compares to the problem with the sippy cup. Let's compare it to a thumb. Even if you just put a little bit of thumb in your mouth, it stops your tongue from rising up to that all-important spot where we say a T or a D. So these kids who suck their thumbs a lot or use hard-spouted sippy cups a lot will often not develop that mature swallow pattern, or they can sometimes even have speech issues. We need more research around it, but believe me, as 20 years as a speech pathologist, I see it all the time. And it can actually change the way they swallow as well as the way their face shapes. We don't want to do that. We want nice, typical development because all of these kids are meant to be beautiful and really good eaters. All right, let's talk about the next problem. Next problem is these sippy cups, they linger way too long. I don't want babies drinking from them, I don't want toddlers drinking from them, and I definitely don't want preschoolers drinking from them. So when I see a car seat with yet another holder for the sippy cup, or even a high chair tray that has another holder for the sippy cup, I mean, my goodness, everywhere we go, we've got one of these with our kids, and we just don't realize how often they're sucking on these and changing the way they swallow and possibly their facial shape. So this is important stuff, right? Okay. Side note, if you have a child with special needs and you're working with a speech pathologist, they may recommend a sippy cup for medical reasons. Perhaps the child needs it to learn to eat because of some motor challenges, or they tend to aspirate, that means inhale liquid into their lungs, very dangerous, and they need something with a valve like this. But if that's not the case, let me show you what to do instead. You want to start your child from breast and bottle to a straw cup. And if you just go to melaniepotock.com, download my free toolbox page, and you'll see so many downloads there for you, including my 10 steps to straw drinking. They're 10 easy steps you can teach a kid in one day, even a 6-month-old. Then what you want to do, if you really need something that's spill-proof, opt for something like these pop-up thermoses. That straw just pops right up. It's a great size straw for a kid. It's not too long. We're going to talk about that in a second. Hang in there. And spill-proof. Done. All right, why do we want it so short? You want a short straw so it doesn't go over the tip of the tongue. Remember my rule. Tip of the straw to the tip of the tongue. Never past it. So once you teach a child to drink from a straw, you're slowly going to cut that straw down, because otherwise, a long straw, you've just got a sippy cup. If you've got more questions, check out the link in my bio. I've written articles for Parents Magazine, American Speech Language Hearing Association, a bunch for you. I'll put the link right there for you, or just DM me. I'll answer your questions. Oh, I know what you're thinking. What about those 360 cups? Okay, one last bit. 360 cups, have you ever sucked from one of those? Try it yourself as a mom or a dad. Go ahead and fill it up with water or the beverage of your choice and try to drink from that thing. You can do it, but it's not the way kids are meant to drink from cups. I have a video on my YouTube channel, one way you might want to use those cups. But for the most part, I just skip those two. On occasion, no big deal. On occasion, a hard-spouted sippy cup, no big deal. But you'd be surprised how much your child's sucking from that hard spout if you have it available. So try to just step away. Thanks, everybody.